Zach Life Beat Depression. It's day 759 and I'm feeling fine. And today we're going to keep it that way with another somatic healing session to wipe out depression. Thank you so much everybody for being here now. Anyone who's tuning in later, appreciate you guys and girls out there. And as you guys know, it's a martial arts for mental health show, so we like to focus in on those mental health tools first. If we don't take care of mental health, nothing else matters. So the first tool we're going to talk about is the gratitude tool. The more we use it, the more powerful it can become in our lives, and it can help us find those silver linings and things to look forward to, even if we don't find them at first. Studies have shown just simply asking the question, what are we grateful for today, can have a positive impact on the brain, on the chemical balance in the brain, and make it easier and easier to find those things over time. So today I want to shout out gratitude to the first ones in, to Firminomina. Thank you for being here, and to Lisa the Luminary. Thank you so much for being the first ones in today. And shout out to Mad with Hats as well. Thank you all for being here, for supporting each other, for showing up for yourselves, for showing up for others. Social support is a huge mental health tool in itself, so gratitude going out to you guys and girls for supporting each other. Shout out as well to Slayer Ken for being in here, staying consistent, crushing those goals. And you are all part of my gratitude section. Go ahead and think about your thing that you're grateful for today. It can be one thing or multiple things, and that'll help put you in that positive mindset as we move into today's lesson. Second mental health tool we're going to talk about is progress tracking tool. It's been 759 days of consecutive progress for me, the Sackman out here. Let me know how many days it's been for you. Ken's sharing his number at 367 days, over a year of progress, crushing those goals in the face of anything that tried to stop you. And the cool thing about this number is that the more you keep track of it, the more powerful it can become in your life as a reminder that nothing is going to stop you, not even the lies or the temporary feelings that we may experience from dealing with depression or anxiety. We can overcome them, and this is our proof that we can overcome that debilitation. So please do keep track of that number. Share it. It's one of the best ways we can inspire one another's. Checking in on comments from Mad with Hats. Bong bong. Peace, everybody. Grateful today for strength to meet the day. Heck yeah. Strength is a good one to be grateful for. Sometimes it's hard just to get out of the bed. So the fact that you're here now and you're putting in work, you're moving forwards, building yourself up, that's a great thing to be grateful for, the ability to do that. We know a lot of people don't even have the strength to do that right now. So definitely something great we can be grateful for. Shout out as well to Broloni and to Homemade Biscuits. Appreciate you out there, brother. I think that's James out there tuning in. Good to meet you, man. So we covered our gratitude for the day, and we talked about the number tool. That progress tracking tool has a cumulative effect. The more you make that progress and keep track of it, the more accurately you can give yourself credit for your strength and endurance out here. And make no mistake, depression is a life-threatening disease. Depression does often go hand in hand with suicidal ideation and suicide, and it kills without discretion. So every day that you stay alive and fight forward, that is a win against depression. That is proof that you are stronger than depression. So give yourself credit for that proof. Keep track of it. Let it build up and build you up outside of this class as well. Shout out to Broloni. Appreciate you for joining. All right, so we talked about gratitude. We talked about the number tool. Now we're going to get into today's lesson. And yesterday we talked about setting up kicks using punches as a distraction. And today we're going to talk about setting up punches using kicks as a distraction. So it can go both ways. You can arm yourself with multiple tools in that fight if you're sparring, if you're training at home on a bob or a bag, or you have some other somatic outlet, or even if you're just shadowboxing, you can use these tools in combination to keep your routine creative, keep your routine entertaining, and have a good time with it. The more tools you arm yourself with, the more variety you can put into your training routine, and that way we can make sure that it never gets boring for ourselves. So if you feel like this is a little too advanced, remember, there's 300 days of training available on our IGTV section. There's over 100 days on YouTube at Sack Life Daily, so you can pick up anywhere you'd like to be, build at your own discretion, at your own pace. But this class is going to be a little bit more technical because we have a good amount of people in here that have been here over 100 days and want to keep things mixing up. We'll have some basics in there as well that you can use, and it's important to show up and give yourself a challenge for the day. So if the punches, just tossing punches, is enough of a challenge without the extra technical stuff, stick to the punches and just roll with us. We can get through this thing 3 rounds, 3 minutes each, 1 minute breaks to catch your breath, drink some water, make sure you got water out there, and you can use those punches. Things you can moderate in every single class to make it your own and to make it a challenge at your level is the speed of your punches, the power you put behind those punches, and the volume of punches. So when I toss a 1, you can double pump, you can triple pump that 1, you can toss crosses in there, you can mix it up, you can add volume, and that way really give yourself a challenge if you need it, if the base class is not challenging enough. So that being said, also, October 1st, yes, October 1st at 7 p.m., we're going to move this class to 7 p.m. and we're coming to you live from New York City from an expo center. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be a special class. It'll be an hour long, and we're going to cover a whole tour of all the tools that we have available through Sack Life Official. So if you're a beginner, that's a great one to tune into. 7 o'clock, October 1st. And if you can make it out to the expo center, we'll have details posted up in the stories as well. Come by, see me for physical, personal experience out there. I'll show you guys some tools. We'll equip each other. I'm going to see if I can bring bags out there or something out there for people to hit so you can feel that somatic release, the same one that helped me save my life and overcome that clinical depression. So that's just a preview for that. But let's get back on track. So we're going to talk about the Muay Thai stance. We're working with our balanced Muay Thai stance today, and that is you start out in a neutral position, hips facing forwards, shoulders facing forwards. Visualize that opponent in front of you. Kind of visualize a dummy. Could look like Bob, could look featureless. But we want to assign it the name of the thing we're working on. If it's depression, assign it the name, the depression dummy. If it's an anxiety, assign it the name anxiety dummy. And then when we're punching, we want to visualize doing damage to that dummy, making contact with the nose, making contact with the chin, and doing damage to that dummy as we get stronger. Because as a matter of fact, every day that we show up and we put in this work, we are getting stronger as depression gets weaker. So by consciously acknowledging that, we can reinforce that subconscious truth that we are stronger than depression, and it can make it more and more real in our lives. It's very similar to a positive affirmation. So go ahead and start squared up with that visualized target, squared hips, squared shoulders. Wherever your dominant hand is, that's going to be your rear hand. That's going to be your rear foot as well. So we're going to leave that hand and foot where it is. We're going to take a step forwards with the opposite foot, stepping forwards into a balanced position. You can picture a box on the floor. Place the ball of your foot in the top corner, ball of your foot in the bottom corner. Put some bend in the knees and make sure that the heels are slightly raised off the ground. Our weight's on the ball of the foot so that we can rotate nice and easy. That head's right in the center line. So if you're thinking about that box, right? Ball of foot here, ball of foot there, head right in the center line. We're nice and balanced. Guard's going to come up by the brow line, close the fingers, tuck the thumbs. And we're going to shift our weight from this balanced position because our head's right in the middle. We're going to shift our weight forwards and backwards from that front foot to the back foot. We can carry the rhythm with our hands as well, tucking the chin, making sure the knees stay bent, and making sure we're nice and balanced here. Nice and stable, nice and balanced. And we're going to be talking about some fundamentals. As always, we always drill those fundamentals. For that fundamental jab, we're going to twist through the hips and shoulders, extending that lead fist forwards, turning the fist over, landing on those large two knuckles, and rotating back. For the cross, we're going to twist through the hips and rotate on the ball of the rear foot. Notice that rear foot turning, and the hip turning, shoulders turning. We're sending that rear fist whoosh forwards, turning it over as well, landing on those large two knuckles, and rotating back. Those are our fundamentals. Those are basic jab cross that everybody can use out there. And today we're going to talk about setting up for that jab and cross with our kicks. So we're going to use our kicks as a distraction. And we've practiced kicks many times before, especially this low kick we're going to be using today. And we practice that teep kick that we use. Now, as a tendency of mine, I feel very comfortable switching into more of a defensive Muay Thai position when I launch my teeps because it allows me to hold base. I can keep that guard, drive multiple teeps out there. But for the sake of setting up a punch, we're going to throw that teep a little bit different. Because if we threw it from a defensive position where we're balanced on that rear foot, then we have to get our weight forwards again to start launching punches. So this is where the benefit to balanced Muay Thai versus defensive Muay Thai comes in. Defense has some defensive benefits, but if we want to get a healthy mix of both, we want to stay balanced, keeping that weight in the center. So when that weight's in the center and we're shifting the weight forwards and backwards from the front foot to the back foot, we're building up a rhythm. And we want to launch that teep after we shift the weight to the rear foot and the weight is shifting back forwards. We want to find that rhythm, find that flow. And when we toss that teep, it's going to look just like this. We're going to bring that lead foot up, whoosh, and we're going to drive through the hips and get right back into stance. We're pressing the ball of the foot into center mass, somewhere around here, and we're driving through our hips into that opponent, tossing them away. We're going to let the shoulders go back as the hips go forwards for that teep. So here we are, balanced stance. The weight is coming forwards. As it's coming forwards, we're going to bring the knee up. Whoosh, drive through the hips, sending that knee forwards. I'm going to launch it from defensive stance just so I can hold balance and show you guys what I'm talking about with the hips. We're going to bring the knee up. We're going to drive the hips forwards and let the shoulders go backwards as a counterbalance. Boom. Keeping the guard high on the opposite side and chopping that arm as that lead leg goes forward. So lead teep, boom, lead teep, boom. There it is. Now this is the baseline for what we're going to fake and step into to set up those punches. So we're going to practice that a little bit. Balanced Muay Thai stance. Lead teep to center mass. 1. Lead teep to center mass again. 2. And now we're going to fake the lead teep. When we bring that knee up, we're getting our opponent used to defending against that teep. Used to maybe dropping the hands, maybe swiping down or trying to get out of the way of that teep. And that's going to open up their guard up here, leaving them open for an attack from the hands. So one of the easiest ones is the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. Your lead fist is going to be your quickest attack to counter with, your quickest attack to set up with that teep. So let's get back into it. Balanced stance. We're going to toss the lead teep, bump, right to center mass, toss the lead teep again, bump to center mass, and now we're going to fake the lead teep. When we're shifting our weight forwards, we're going to bring that leg up and step in, twisting in. So bring it up and step in, planting that leg down, boom, and kind of sitting our weight down into that jab. So now we get them used to the teep cupping in, boom, 1, boom, 2, their defense is going low, the leg comes up, they anticipate it, bang, we step in and hit them with that jab. We'll build off of that into a jab cross. I'll also show you can step right into a cross, nice power cross there. We'll build off that. And then the other kick we'll practice if we have time and things are flowing well. We'll practice a low kick, switching over right into a hook, switching over right into a jab, into a cross, and different things like that. So, but let's see how it goes with the first couple of rounds, and we'll mix in fundamentals there. We'll see how the flow goes. If things are working well, we'll get more advanced with it with the low kicks. Sounds good? All right, let's get this thing going. We're going to start the tunes. We'll have the 80s fighting spirit coming through our sweet boombox, and we're going to get right into this thing. Remember to drink tons of water. Hydration is super important. And bam, there it is. Daily beat coming at you. If you'd like to tune into any of these beats at your own discretion, they're all streaming for free on Spotify. Just search for artist sacklifeofficial.com. And let's build up another round of progress and success. Let's do it. Square up. Visualize that opponent. Square up the hips and shoulders with your target. Guard high by the brow line. We're going to start with just the basic jabs and crosses. So small step forwards, twisting through the hips and shoulders. Toss that jab. Rotate back to stance. After each combo, we want to turn our body and rotate back to stance. Squaring the hips and shoulders. Chin tuck, guard high. We're in our balanced stance here. Step into the jab. Small step on the front foot, twisting through. Bring that shoulder up, tuck the chin, keep the guard high, and rotate back. Make sure you're turning that fist over and landing on those large 2 knuckles. Whoosh! Keeping the wrist nice and straight. We're exhaling out of the mouth with that punch, and now we're going to add in the cross. So right here from the point of impact, whoosh! Rotate right on through on the ball of that rear foot. So small step for the lead jab, boom, make contact. Now we're going to turn that rear foot, boom. Staying nice and centered. Heads on that center line, nice and balanced. Twisting through the body and driving that cross forward. Jab, cross, let's go. Whoosh, whoosh. Back to stance. Whoosh, whoosh. Back to stance, and we're going to add in the teep now. So bring that lead leg up and drive through the hips, sending the ball of the foot into center mass. Back to stance, lead teep. Whoosh. Back to stance, lead teep. Whoosh. Back to stance, lead teep. Whoosh. Exhale hard as you drive that foot forwards and hit him with the 1-2. Whoosh, whoosh, 1-2. Turning those fists over. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Remember, keep that guard high by the brow line. Keep those elbows kind of in. Shoulders rolled, chin tucked. Step in and hit him with the 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. Let that chin stay tucked and the shoulder come up to protect it when you toss those hands. Bum, bum. And we're rotating through, of course, from the ground up on the ball of each foot. Bum, bum. Back to stance. Let's launch that lead teep again. Boom. Lead teep again. Boom. Back to stance. We've got to Stab it in there and bring it back out very quickly so that we don't lose our balance when we're in that balanced stance. Remember, we're shifting the weight forwards and backwards, front foot to back foot. And after we push off that back foot, we want to drive that teep in there and step right back in to position, to balance position. Guard high, hit him with the 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. Just visualize making contact. Punching that depression dummy. Right in the face. Let's go. And back to stance. Lead teep. Lead teep. Lead teep. Now we're going to fake the lead teep. Bring the knee up and step in. That's it. Just worry about the step in right now. Lead teep. Boom. Lead teep again. Boom. Now we're going to bring the knee up and step in. Just getting you used to making that movement there. Keeping it balanced. Staying in your fighting stance. Lead teep. Lead teep. And fake the teep and step in. Sinking down onto that front foot. Plant that front foot. That's the end of round 1. Catch your breath, drink some water. We're going to build up and start working those counter combos. Setting up those punches and causing our opponent to drop their guard and put them where we want them to be. So they'll be open for the attacks that we're planning next. It's not just about throwing punches. It's also about intention. We can throw these punches and throw these kicks with different intentions. We're going to throw them a little bit differently, and we're going to control the situation. Take that control back out of that high anxiety situation. So we can be less reactive and more proactive. The same way that we do in life when we handle stresses, we can now become used to that stress hormone, become more in control of it, and become more proactive rather than reactive to events. That's the type of conditioning you can experience from regular training. We got 12 seconds. Make sure you're drinking water. Breathing in the nose, exhaling out the mouth with force on those punches. Exhaling out of the mouth with force in the punch is going to cause the abs to contract, and that's going to mean more power in those punches. Let's go. Back to stance. Square up. Visualize that opponent. Visualize that target. And remember what you're fighting for, that quality of life that you deserve. It's based on what we give, so make sure you're giving it 100% for you. Let's do it. 1-2. 1-2. Challenge yourself at your pace. 1-2. Let's go. 1-2. Turn those fists over. Squeezing that fist at the point of impact. Boom, boom. And landing on those large 2 knuckles. Turn through the body. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. Keep the guard high. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. And now lead teep. Boom. Lead teep again. Boom. Now we're going to fake the lead teep. So bring the knee up as we're shifting our weight forwards, right? As we're shifting the weight forwards, it's going to cause us to step in. And as we take that step in, you want to sink down and twist through, bump, to get power. We're going to make that a stepping in power jab to counter that low guard that we're causing them to drop with the fake teep. So let's go take it back from the top. Hit them with the 1-2. Guards high, 1-2 again. Guards are high. We're going to hit the teep, get him with that teep. Whoosh, 1 in the center mass, 1 more. In the center mass, now he's getting used to that teep. He's going to want to deflect it or drop that guard to try and defend against the teep. But this time we're going to fake it. So as our weight comes back forwards, we're going to bring that knee up to fake the signal for the teep. And then we're going to step in, boom, and plant. Sink down as you twist in for that jab. Nice powerful jab to the face of that opponent. Back to stance, guard high, hit him with the 1-2. Exhale on those strikes, 1-2. 1-2. Down the center line, chin tuck. Keep it going, 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. Lead teep. Lead teep. Lead teep. Now fake that teep, right? Bring the knee up, faking the teep, stepping in, twisting through to the jab. Let's go. Fake the teep right into the jab. Let's do it. Fake that teep. And follow up with the cross. Start with the 1-2. Pop, pop. Now we're going into lead teeps. 2 lead teeps. Let's do it. Teep 1. Teep 2. Now we're going to fake the lead teep. Step into the jab. Rotate through. Follow through for the cross. Back to stance. Let's go. Fake that lead teep. Sink. And twist through for that jab cross combo. We just dropped their guard with the teep. And then we hit them where it hurts with that jab and cross. Back to stance. Lead teep. Lead teep. And now fake the teep. Hit them with the jab cross. Fake teep. Jab cross. Sinking into it. That's the end of round 2. Catch your breath, drink some water, check in on yourself. See how you're doing. Remember, push to your intensity level. If it's too much, stick with just the punches at first if it's your first class. But if you've been here like some of these guys have for over into those triple digits, you should be well and comfortable with your body, that body awareness, and these movements that we practiced before. Now I'll let you guys decide. If nothing comes in, we'll stick to the teeps and the teep setups. But if you want to do the low kicks into some counters, let me know now. Just shoot me a text. Just say low kicks, and we'll go into low kick setups for punches. We can save it for tomorrow for another day. It's totally fine. Again, it's up to you to make these classes your own. I want to shout out to Kelvin Demore. Thank you for being here. If no comments come in, we'll just stick with that lead teep fake, and we'll build off of there into this third round. We got about 5 seconds. Woo! 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's pop back into stance. We're gonna stick with that lead teep setup to set up our punches. Remember, we wanna bring their defense down so that they're setting themselves, and we're setting them up to deliver those punches to the head. So let's guard up, back to stance, squared, nice and even. Point the hips and shoulders at our opponent, tuck the chin, roll those shoulders up, curl the hips, bend those knees, get in your Muay Thai stance and shift that body weight back and forwards. Find that flow. Let's step in for 1, 2. Step in for the 1, rotate for the 2, back to stance. Notice the step, small step forwards, twisting through hips and shoulders. Deliver that powerful 1, rotate through on the ball of the rear foot for the powerful 2. Keeping the knees bent here will let us rotate on the ball of that foot nice and easy and use that sweet science to deliver the power with minimal effort. Let's go, hit that depression dummy in the face. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. And we're gonna lead teep here, lead teep again. And now we're gonna fake the lead teep, step in for the 1 and the 2, and back to stance. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 1, 2, lead teep, lead teep. Now fake the lead teep and step in, bum, bum. 1, 2, back out. Let's go, hit him with the 1, 2, lead teep, fake the lead teep, 1, 2, back to stance, hit him with the lead teep again, fake the lead teep, 1, 2, and back to stance. Now we're gonna start faking the lead teep and tossing a power cross through here. And the only difference is instead of tossing the jab first on the step, we're just gonna roll right in, bum, roll right in on that rear foot, bum, and drive that cross forwards. Let's start with the teep, teep again. Now we're gonna fake the teep and we're stepping into it just like we did for the jab, but instead of leading with the jab, we're gonna twist through and toss that power cross using the rotation on the rear foot. Back to stance, lead teep, and fake the teep, cross, power cross, bang. Turning that fist over, squeeze at the point of impact. Guard high, back to stance, 1, 2, 1, 2. Fake the teep to cross. Fake the teep to jab cross. And lead teep, lead teep, lead teep. Fake the teep to jab cross, boom, boom. Fake the teep to cross, boom. Dropping their guard and delivering that pain. Let's go, back to stance. 1, 2, lead teep, lead teep. Fake the lead teep, step to the jab, back to stance. Jab cross, lead teep, lead teep. Fake the lead teep, jab cross. Fake the lead teep, cross. Fake the lead teep, jab. Fake the lead teep, jab cross. And that is the end of our third round of progress and success. I hope that you guys found room to grow, room to improve out there. And I hope you gave yourself that physical challenge as well as that mental workout. If you had an anxious mind before you started, check in on yourself right now. Where are your thoughts? Are they calm? Are you clear? Are you present and grounded? One of the things about making moving meditation part of life is that it really does ground you into the moment, gets us out of our heads, out of the past, out of the future, and into the moment where we are present and powerful of helping ourselels, capable of helping ourselves. So please do continue to explore and find the tools that work for you, whether it's physical training, getting that heart rate up, breath work tools, visualization, meditation. There are hundreds of ways that we can help ourselves. You just got to find the ones that are right for you. And if you're having a good time with this class, please do let the world know at Sack Life Daily on YouTube or on our main page in any of the comments section. That can really help out. And you can also drop us a testimonial if you'd like to take any of the physical classes. When the Beat Depression bus is back on the road, drop us a review, drop us a testimonial. If you want to come out for free pad work sessions, if you're dealing with anything and you're in the Kearney, New Jersey area, North Arlington, Lyndhurst, Harrison included, you can come out. We'll be doing free classes, free pad work sessions out at Gun Louisville. Tell a friend, anybody who's interested in helping raise awareness. We want to help as much as we can. So, until next time, I'll catch you guys same Sack time, same Sack channel, same Sack life. Sack man out.